silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have helped the children of Lot, Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeb, yea, all their princes as Zebah, and as Zalmunna, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever, yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Jehovah, art the Most High over all the earth. The Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people, and the princes thereof. For ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor is in your houses. What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces, and grind the faces of the poor, saith the Lord God of hosts?
What's good, family? This is a live I'm doing on my Facebook. I will also be posting this onto YouTube on my channel, Hidden History and Biblical Mystery. Trying to get some content on my channel. Also, a lot of people listen to my Facebook Lives, so we're just going to do it like that. Okay, today we're talking about what's going to happen in 2024, which, I'm not 100% guaranteed, but all the signs are there. This kingdom, which has destroyed Zion, will be destroyed. And it's the people that worship this kingdom, like the beast, because this is the great, how Revelation says the final beast will rise up. This is that final great beast that rose up, the United States of America. And like I said, in the book of Esdras, it says that this kingdom will wield power unrivaled by any other kingdom in the world. And if you read the Book of Mormon, it talks about how this kingdom would subdue any nation that came up against it. And that's the United States of America's history. But if you guys read Esdras, you know what's happening to this kingdom. And you just watch the weather events, like the storm that just hit the East Coast here. I mean, look at the damage that did. A lot of people are just, think it's normal or don't think, it matters. But let me tell you guys, the Most High will destroy everyone and everything. Children, men, and women. People think like, oh, the Most High loves kids. No, bro. Do y'all know what a tidal wave is? Do y'all know that all of these natural disasters are the acts of the Most High showing his displeasure with whole entire nations? Like Japan. Now, we're going to look into this. Look up who the original indigenous people of Japan are. They're the Ainu. They're buried Hebrews. All culture is coming from us. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but that's true. Like, you know how there's an old map, Arancius Phineas has this old map that was made in the 1400s, and it's showing America as Asia Superior over here, right? And you know how they say, like, that's Asia Minor over there, and in the Middle East and Turkey and all that, and they say this is Asia. They don't say this is Asia Superior. They say that's Asia Minor, but there is no Asia Superior according to them. But of course, that's a big lie. This is Asia Superior here in America. So, right, so when you're reading Esdras and all these prophecies, you hear them talking about all these lands, people think it's over there, and that's the sins of the wicked and the wickedness of the Gentiles. They're the ones that went and made a new creation and changed the whole chronology of the world and rewrote history. And now you guys are about to be destroyed for that. Unless you repent, the Most High is going to return. Like I said, the fact that people think like I don't know how to put it, people think I'm a doomsday guy, and I'm like, one guy said I was spreading fear, and I'm like, you guys should be afraid. Bro, Are you crazy? Do y'all not know that y'all have been in opposition to the Most High and His plan for the entire human race on your entirety of this spent on this continent? Like, that's why people don't know this is Israel. Because the wickedness of the Gentiles. I'm telling y'all, all that wickedness is about to be returned on your head. And watch these storms coming in. Y'all see the East Coast just get hit? Y'all see the Middle East getting fucked up? Alright, so far, you had the Turkey earthquake, you had the Morocco earthquake, you got that flood in Libya, and just multiple other things happening. That's because all those people are, one, they're looting America. All those nations are looting America. That's what's going on here. And when I say looting America, I don't mean your average American. I mean us here. We pay for all their shit. That's why the government gives so much money to these nations. Israel, all these nations they give money to. They're looting us. That's why the Most High broke that dam and fucking killed all those people there. Y'all think it's a joke, but that's what's going on. That's really what's going on. The real Libya is over here. Okay, the real Morocco is over here. All right, because y'all know I don't remember what year, but George Washington wrote this letter to Morocco, to the Sultan of Morocco, about enslaving his people. Now, we know at that time, Morocco wasn't even set up as a nation in so-called Africa. So they were talking about the Morocco over here. That's why Morocco and America sound so similar. America, Morocco, all right? Because that's what they did. They just slightly changed anglicized words, things like that. Now, if y'all read Ezra, this is going to get juicy, man. 2024, man, after that eclipse, I don't know what's going to happen, but I can tell you it's not about to be good. Is the mighty one angry and upset? Hey, his people are too. That's why he sent the Spirit to his people. We're figuring all this out. All this truth is coming out. Everyone choosing to be in my comments laughing and other people's comments laughing. You are doomed. Yep, Egypt is here. So is Asia. The real ancient China is here. This is the seat of civilization here in America. All artifacts in all different languages, every language you could think of, even dead ones, have been found here in America. There's a massive cover-up to hide this, and anyone involved in that is going to be destroyed. In 2024, is going to be the year of God's vengeance for Zion, in my personal opinion, or after that. Yes, he will avenge all the bloodshed on this land. People don't know. All the crusades happen here to us. A Saracen is a black man. If you look up, they were subduing Saracens according to the Pope and his papal bulls and all that. That's us, bro. If you look up what the Queen of England wears, she wears this patch, used to before she died. And this is a big sign. Her death, big signs. It's the death of that old colonial kingdom. It's the complete death of that old colonial kingdom. And that's the power that sat on Zion. And, you know, all these nations came together with one consent. So all the European, they all took a piece of our voluptuousness here. They all got a pieces. They all broke it up. They all split it up. Now, all that's going to be required from you guys. And, hey, people can laugh at my comments. I welcome that. Come and laugh to show who you are. Laugh your ass off. Because we're going to be laughing when the Most High sends those tidal waves and those storms to come and destroy you. And I laugh every day. I don't care. People get offended. It's funny to me, bro. We can rejoice in the Most High's highness and His power and His sovereignty over nature. You guys are the ones that don't recognize that. That's why you're being destroyed. I've never been caught up in a bad situation like that. Never been attacked by an animal. Nothing. Y'all read the Apocalypse of Abraham? That's what's happening to you guys. Wild beasts would be their graves. All the disappearances in national parks, people getting eaten by animals, you'll never hear about happen to any black people. Just white people. Because the earth and the land has turned against y'all. And if y'all don't repent and turn to the Father and make right with His people, you will all be destroyed. I don't care if you're living in Africa or here. Y'all know y'all came here. This is really Africa. They came here and stole our land and started shipping our people all over the world. Y'all better return the holy objects y'all took from this land. They all sitting in the European museums, the Louvre in Paris. The British have it. Like I said this before. That's why the British and the French claim to be the leaders of Egyptology, because they're a part of this Psalms 83 Confederacy hiding the truth. Now, if America is Egypt, because you know in the Bible it says God was going to give Jacob a land of corn, milk, and honey. You know when there was a famine in the land of Canaan, how Joseph and his tribe ended up, and most of Israel ended up in Egypt because they went to Egypt looking for corn because there was a famine in the land of Canaan. Now, America is the home of corn. So if you're eating corn in ancient times, like if you read the Last Supper, corn was being passed around there too. In ancient times, if you're eating corn, you had to be here. These are just things that, you know, they say that corn means all grain. One guy got in my comments and said that corn means any grain in the Bible, but obviously that's not true, because if you read the Bible, they differentiate between corn and a bunch of other grains. There's parts, excuse me, when they're talking about building or making recipes, and they have a bunch of different grains listed as one recipe. Now, according to them and the scientists who say that, it should say, if you want to make this, put corn with corn and grab more corn and then some more corn. Because corn means any grain. But, you know, that's the difference. If you look in the old Bibles, you could see any word they slightly changed. Like corn, they changed corn to grain. If you look at the new translations of the Bible, the new English translations, there's no corn mentioned in there. It's all grain. They're still trying to hide the truth. They're still playing these little semantical games. And, bro, if only they knew the judgment that was coming for them, and then after, they're going to get judged here and then judged in the afterlife. They don't want to repent. Yeah, there is an Egyptian. There's been Egyptian mummies found all over North America, North and South, and Canada. They're all playing. Why do you think all these fires are happening, bro? That's the Most High. Canada's on fire. Half the Europe's on fire. Most of the world, Australia's on fire. It's the Most High. If y'all read Ezra, it says there will be fire in diverse places. It's the signs of his coming, right? And a lot of people are going to be stubble for that great day of the Lord, the burning. All you useless people, all you corporate leaders that want to sit there and take advantage of our people and other poor people who may not be our people, that's what they do. You're not employed and working. You're being exploited. We're all being exploited. These corporations and corporate owners, listen, the money that we are trained to think has value literally has no value. It's debt. They print up billions of dollars. That's why every year your value of your money goes down. You think like, oh, everything just gets more expensive. No, it's a trick. The value of the money is going down. They just print whatever money. These people are enslaving us with that. That's their slavery tool. You see what I mean? And a lot of people, they got our people out there worshiping it in the music and putting that thought in your head when you're young, like, oh, get the money, dollar bill, y'all, and all kinds of wickedness. And that's the idol they worship. And that's about to be destroyed. And Russia's a big part of that. Russia and these nations that have come together and formed a currency that's actually backed on gold. This is the beginning of the woes for this nation. Like I said, people are going to die from hunger and much want. And then all these people who came together and destroyed us, they're going to ransack each other's houses. Because when the shit goes down, they're not going to have nothing for each other. And then they're not going to respect each other. They're going to raid each other's houses. They're going to have no pity on the fruit of their neighbor's wound or the fruit of their own wound. Just like it happened to us. All the things that happened to us when this nation was colonized and we went through all these terrible dregs and troubles is coming on to you guys. And y'all, I know a lot of y'all could feel that. Because the unrighteousness of your ancestors and the Most High has required these sins from you at this generation. You're the generation that's going to pay for the sins of the past generations. And if you think that's unfair, because people be like, oh, that's unfair, this and that. One guy said God's a tyrant. I'm like, you got... And this was a white guy. I explained this to him. We got into a... He's like, God sounds like a tyrant. How could we get punished for this and that? I'm like, bro, we're suffering for what your ancestors did to this day. We don't have our land. We don't have our culture. We don't have shit. Y'all have it. Why should you continue to benefit? What have you done to continue to benefit from this? Nothing. Y'all all get y'all money and y'all look away from the poor. Y'all look away from the needy. And you spend everything on your own family. Then you go to churches. A lot of Americans go to churches. A lot of churches in this land, all throughout this land. And then you say, God be with us. But he seen you ignore that poor man that asked you for $1 on the street. He knows that you got people in your employ that work their ass off and you steal and withhold from their wages and you go on multiple vacations and they suffer. But you don't know that because you don't care because you're wicked as long as you get what you want because you follow Satan. Hey, so this is just a message. This is real quick, guys, to all those people. Please go read Esdras. Please go check out the events unfolding in America. Check out the YouTube channel Hidden History and Biblical Mystery. Check out UBTV. There's a lot of evidence to prove this. I actually have to go. I have to continue my... Yeah. The straw man of the Social Security number. I know about that one. Well, really, let's be real. Your Social Security number is traded on the stock markets as stocks and bonds. Just like slaves were traded as stocks and bonds. This whole system they have set up is based off the slavery system. We are stock, like livestock, and bondmen. Okay? That's how they consider us. They trade that number. They guarantee your labor to other people and taxes on that. Basically, that's what's going on here. So this is a sophisticated form of slavery, and after 2024, the Most High will bring it to its knees. And everyone, any people who colonize this land or are people who survive that, you're going to serve us. Because one, there's multiple things you guys destroyed here that need to be rebuilt. Okay? We would, like, you know what I'm saying, they came here and they were destroying anything that would let you know this is Egypt. This is, if you look at Memphis, Tennessee, there was a big pyramid in the next to the Capitol building in Memphis, Tennessee. That's gone. You can find old black and white photos of it. That's gone. They destroyed that. The World's Fairs, they destroyed Chicago. Chicago was like, it looked like a heavenly paradise in the World Fairs. Then they destroyed that. All that stuff has to be rebuilt. You guys had to pay for that. We didn't destroy that. We didn't lead the whole world astray. You and your ancestors did. Your understanding of the Bible is false. And you also shipped our people to a desolate land and try to claim we're from there when our people are from here. Alright? Look up the American Colonization Society. If you're watching from Africa right now, you really got to look into this. They spent, since the 1400s, alright, since 1492, they have been shipping our people out of America all over the world. And Columbus wrote in his books, we have all these records. And then after that, you had the American Colonization Society. There's been multiple attempts. So, like, if you're in Africa, this is your land. This here in America is your land. Alright? And the Most High is going to destroy these people, and then they're going to be paying for you to come back. They already are. If y'all look what's happening with the border, who's funding these NGOs, bringing all these Africans in, these African migrants in? And then, look, that's the wickedness of the world. They're all worried about, oh, the border's open, oh, this and that. Oh, we're going to lose our shit. It's dangerous. Bro, it's not your shit. You don't have you know what I mean? You don't have no right to contain the border. Didn't you go and steal most of that from Mexico, which is our land? Didn't we go steal Texas and the whole western end of the country from Mexico? That's the west end of the country down into Mexico is the entire kingdom of Judah and some of Egypt. They've known this. That's why there is no pyramids in America like there is in Mexico, because they destroyed everything. They went and burned, destroyed everything. Mexico's a poor country. They wanted to make money off that stuff, so they dug it up and uncovered the mounds and all that. Like, we have pyramids just like that, but if they're not destroyed, they're sitting outside St. Louis under the dirt. They're government-protected land where they preserve the ecological, whatever. You know, just like the Grand Canyon, they're preserving no one can go there because they're preserving ecological stuff. It's a fucking desert. If something can survive in a desert, I'm pretty sure people can't hurt it. But that's the truth. They just want to hide your history and your antiquity. While they go there and loot the promised land, that's where they got all this technology from. You know how, like, if you play any video game, Egypt is always the most technologically advanced civilization in the game, right alongside America? Well, that's why, because America is Egypt. That's why we're so technologically advanced, because they came here, they got a hold of our technology, and they used that to conquer the world. You know? We built technology. We didn't build guns. That's why they had the upper hand. We weren't building death weapons. You know, we don't build weapons to kill people. They done fucked us up and played with our mentality. Now we outside gangbanging and all this other stuff. You know, and these people that have been filled with hate because of the oppression and the actions, all of y'all are about to be handed over to them. People don't understand this. The Most High has set it up. His judgment is perfect. He's going to hand you over to all these people. And I'm not saying he's going to destroy all white people. A lot of y'all will obtain a mercy from the Most High. A lot of y'all are capable of listening to black people. You're not fucking racist, you know? So you're not going to be destroyed. But ruling over us, that's not going to happen anymore. How y'all have it on this land, that will never happen again. Business, gone. Okay? Money making, gone. This is not the land for that. This is a holy, sacred land. And your industry has desecrated our land. Okay? That's all y'all care about. Who's going to pay for all the forests y'all cut down here? Okay? Who's going to pay for all the holy? Who's going to do that? Who's going to rebuild that? You are. And best believe the most racist people will be servants to us if they're not destroyed by the Most High. And y'all see, like in the book of Ezra, it says there will be fires in diverse places. Y'all look up how much of the world is burning right now. It's like a lot of it. It's a ridiculous amount of wildfires. And people are saying it's directed energy weapons and this and that. And you know what? That's not true. They're complaining that, like I seen this video talking about how the fires that are going on around the world are hot enough to melt the aluminum, but not the asphalt. they're saying it's a directed energy weapon. Well, they're kind of right. The Most High is directing energy at you. All right? Listen, these lasers are either coming from a plane, like people say, or beyond the firmament. Now, we know satellites don't exist. If anyone says they're coming from satellites, satellites are computers on balloons. And they would not put a computer with a giant expensive laser on it on a balloon. They wouldn't do it because satellites fall out the sky all the time. They wouldn't risk that. Now, if you're going to say the United States government is flying their little plane over their these areas and setting them on fire with the lasers, you're going to have to prove that. Because what I see in Hawaii is the fact that a hurricane didn't hit the island, but the winds drove the fire around the island. That sounds like the judgment of the Most High. That's a fact. People can't make this up. You know what I mean? Like, and if you really look at, because people are saying, and I've done reverse image searches on this, there was never ever any lasers hitting the ground in Hawaii. Y'all see those images? A lot of those, one of them is a reverse takeoff. Someone reversed the footage of SpaceX takeoff. And if you play the footage in backwards, it looks like a laser came down and hit the ground. Another one was the United States government testing a directed energy weapon in the desert. And the other one, I couldn't find the origins. But I did find the origins of the Maui wildfire. The winds knocked over a power pole. You can look this up. The winds knocked over a power pole and a transformer, and someone had got this on video from their ring camera. All right? They had high winds and knocked over a power pole. It exploded. It started a fire. That's what happened, guys. That's how the Hawaii fire started. Now, people say they're going to rebuild. Y'all guys are dumb as hell. Don't go back there and rebuild. That's the sacred island given to Lehi and his family. Okay? That's the truth. That's the sacred island given to Lehi and his family. That's why they call it the part of the island Lahaina. That's why if you read the Book of Mormon, it talks about a temple being erected on that island, which was similar to the Temple of David, the Temple of Solomon. Hawaii has an exact replica in Lehi, Hawaii. They have an exact replica of the Temple of David. And they give a bullshit backstory, but we know that Europeans never built, like, the cathedrals here in America. They never built none of that. That's always been here. So why would we think that they could build a replica of the Temple of David? No, that's really the island that Lehi and his family sailed to after the Book of Mormon, before Jerusalem was destroyed. The Most High spared Lehi and his family, and they went there. And then look what happened to Hawaii. Y'all know the history. They went there, kidnapped the queen, all this other shit, all this crazy shit. It's like wherever they found the tribes of Israel, they made sure to maliciously destroy them. Now, if y'all haven't been watching, please go rewatch. I'm going to upload this on my YouTube page. I want to pray that the Most High bless this lesson. And I want to pray that his work is done expediently on this earth. And that so we don't look ridiculous out here, that he proves that we are telling the truth. I mean, I don't want to prove anything to y'all. I'm saying the proof is when y'all see what's going on. Like if a tornado comes to your house, you're being targeted by the Most High. If you're hit with a tsunami like Japan was in 2011, you're being targeted by the Most High. And if you look at any of these places really being hit by disasters, they always have a bad history and genocide history of the indigenous people, the Aborigines. And like I said, we're the Aboriginal. We were all over the planet. Like Ezra said, the world was made for our sakes. But just this part particularly was given to us. This part of the world, which is the fourth part, the Americas, right? But the reason why we were in every nation is because we were set to be priests and prophets over you, chosen by the Most High. They couldn't stand that. They couldn't stand that at all. So they usurped us. You know, that's why Putin's running around with a black Jesus right now, Putin's setting it off, bro. When it talks about end time prophecy, what Putin is doing is he's showing the entire world who the Israelites are. And if y'all know anything about the prophecy, it revolves around us. It revolves around us losing our heritage, coming back into the understanding, and the Most High taking vengeance. That's the whole prophecy. Now, Putin's out there giving... No wonder why they hate Putin so much. You know what I mean? Like, you watch American media, it's like, Putin's the devil. It's like, Putin's the devil. But we got plenty of tyrants in our country that do terrible things like Putin has done. I'm not saying Putin's perfect. I'm just saying he's trying to save face right now and spare his nation destruction. That's what he's doing. That's why, like, you can look really closely. All these nations that still push this and follow his white Jesus and his antichrist system, All these nations that are pushing that are being destroyed. And they're not learning anything, and they're not gaining any experience or nothing. But all the nations that are coming to the truth are being spared. Like Russia. Y'all see any natural disaster striking Russia? Y'all see any volcanoes exploding and destroying everything? Y'all need to look. Ever since 2017, there's been multiple volcanic eruptions. It's all the signs we were told to look for. But I've been going on too long. I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Look for more detailed content on my YouTube channel. This is just like a filler type joint because I can't, always produce detailed content. It takes time, video editing, stuff like that. Shalom, fam. I actually have to go. I'll catch you on the flip side. Please check out all the content on my Facebook, too. If you're watching this on YouTube, please check out all the content on my Facebook. I share from other people. I have some of my own. Check that out. I mean, I'm not just here blowing smoke up your butt like a church would. I'm not going to tell you everything is going to be good. That is not what's about to happen here. Not at all. All right. Peace and love, fam. Even though you think, some people think I'm hateful. Whatever, bro.